for the thick of it all. If they don't give me room, well then I'll give them the wall. I'm gonna smoke my tires when the victory calls. I'm gonna be there, be there. I wanna see my face up on the jumbo screen. Feel the white hot metal of a winning machine. Because you win or you lose and there's no in between. I wanna be there, be there, be there.
The Target Series ready to go back oval racing as we head to the Texas Motor Speedway for the running of the Amazon 300. Noggin's got the 16s on pole for today's race. 2's outside second is the 89 of Marshall Burrell. Then third place we have Bronson Minnick. Fourth it's Jack Marshall. Running up the top 5 points leader Jonathan Rain starting up at the front of the field. Then 6th place with the 6 of Sebastian Kukulan. Starting 7th, it's Trey Rainey. 8th place for Alex Reynolds. In 9th, we have Carson Bowers. Running at the top 10 is the 01 of Zachary DeLello. For the rest of the field, we have Andrew Bean, who's inside the 66 of Casey Nanico. Back behind them, Jack Canaramo and the 22 of Luke Rainey. Then there's the 10 of Landon Lyons and the 31 of Anthony Hernandez. Then we have Justin Zidell and Jonathan Buford, the 15, along with Freddie Soto and Mathis Wells, second in the point standings. Then we have Jeff Wright and Brett Sear, the 98, with Keegan Thompson and Jay Randall in the 52 car. Then there's John Smith and Tyler Fink, with Kashawn Richardson and Jake Galloway in car number 18. Then we have Alex Fletcher with Riley Sprode with the 47, along with Leon Capana and Nathan Green in the 24 car. Then there's Danny Lloyd and Edwin Mendez, Eli Bright, Cole Luigi, Jennifer Buford, Oliver Evans, and rounding out the field final row, Evan Hunter and Adam McDowell, 39th and 40th. For the Amazon 300 here at the Texas Motor Speedway. It could be a crazy racer day in the Target Series for sure. Let's go to tracks and fire these engines up for racing in the Lone Star State.
Drivers, start your engines.
"40 engines come to life here in Fort Worth, Texas for racing on the Texas Oval. One of the craziest Target Series races of the season. In the past year, we've seen big crashes, close finishes in the Target Series. This one going to be no different. Oh, by the way, normally here, not a rarity, it's common to see here in the Target Series here in Texas. There's normally an early crash either on the first or second lap, so watch for that. If drivers are at the back of the field, they may be involved in an early accident. That's why Jonathan Rain's starting position is so important. He's starting 5th from the points lead. Pace car in 30 laps in Texas. Noggin's got Marshall front row for the Amazon 300 3-star zone. Green flag racing in Texas. Pole leader leads the first lap of the Amazon 300. Pole points leader Jonathan Rain to the inside turn when looking for 5 bonus points to lead a lap. If Rain's get up here and get those 5 bonus points, that could be major towards keeping that championship points lead. But down the back, Noggin's got a good run on the outside off turn number 2. Can he clear the 0-2 to turn 3? He couldn't. Now Rain holds the bottom of the racetrack. We'll see if he can beat that 16 back around to lead the lap for 5 bonus points. Off turn number 4. For 5 bonus points, and the second lap of the race, give it to the 0-2 Jonathan Rains. He does it for 5 bonus points. Jack Marshall, the 60, comes inside. Looking for a second and possibly the lead as Rains goes up the racetrack. 3 wide behind them, but still no 4 wide instances as they're keeping it going straight for now. Marshall for the lead down the backstretch has Carson Bowers with him in the 25. And Marshall is clear through 3 and 4. He's our new race leader here in Texas. Carson Bowers moves to second. That's 2 Fords working together on the bottom of the racetrack. Jack Canaramo moves to 3rd. The 10 of Landon Lyons up to 4th. For the lead, 3 wide. Bowers went to the middle. Canaramo was already down low, so they got 3 wide. Jack Canaramo takes the lead to win a 3 wide pass through 1 and 2. Here comes the 10, Landon Lyons. Does he look low? Justin Zidell needs a good day. It's not been a great season for him thus far. A lot of bad luck. Can he turn around with a good result here today at Texas? They are stacked up, back by maybe some 4 wide. Contact off the quarter, and around they're going to go to the apron. Cars get down the grass, sliding back up the racetrack. It's a hard collision to the outside safer barrier. A lot of cars get collected. Brett Sear, one of them that got tons of damage. Riley Spurley was in this one. Cole Luigi, Jeff Wright's in at the 5, winner of the last race. Lots of torn up race cars here today in Texas. Coming back around lap number 5, first yellow flag of the Amazon 300. Zidell and Bean side by side back to the stripe. The caution is, I believe, Zidell by the nose of his race car. And it was the 99 by maybe an inch or two. Our first caution flag of the Amazon 300 out early. Cars get collected, and a crash off turn forward start in a 4-wide shoving match. Danica won that went down to the grass, but was able to get through it. Let's see what happened here in Texas. The main car we're going to focus on here is the 01 of Zachary DeLello. As they go through 3 and 4, the 27, Tyler Fink, makes a bold 4-wide move, which rarely ever works here at Texas, and especially off turn 4, it's not going to work. There's so little room, and they get loose off the corner because of the transition in the banking. So as they come off the corner, DeLello into Danica into Minnick, shoves 3 of them into the grass. DeLello gets sideways, couldn't control his race car. He slides through the grass, gets back onto the pavement, trying to hit the brakes to get by, and destroys the 6 of Kukulon. Brett Sears nowhere to go underneath the 6. There's Danny Lloyd, 62 in it. The 18, Jake Galloway. There's Brett Sears driving away, Riley Spurley Tube. The 11 of Keegan Thompson. There's Eli Bright around, Evan Hunter, Adam McDowell back in there. Jeff Bright, as we mentioned, winner of last race at the Charlotte Roval, can't go back-to-back here today in Texas. He's involved in it, so a lot of torn-up race cars early on at the Texas Motor Speedway. All start with a 4-wide move through 3 and 4. How about Luke Rainey, who did a great job? Jonathan Buford, Kashawn Richardson. There were others on the top that weren't so fortunate. Another look at this as they come out of the quad oval. You see all the cars that get piled up in it. So you can see that move made right there. Thought he had the room, but Fink was down there and drove it hard to the corner to make that happen. If he maybe could have just backed off entering the corner, it would have been fine. There's the one sliding and back up the track into the 6 and 98's path. And look at some of those cars like Lloyd that just bounced off it. Colucci able to come to a stop with Edwin Mendez and miss it. Freddie Soto and the 17 back involved in that. Leon Campana. Kukulans can be done for today. Fletcher and Evan Hunter as well got some damage in this. Well, the man who's normally been in these types of crashes this season, Justin Zidell, led them back to the caution flag after the crash. He is out in front of the Amazon 300 looking for a good day to turn his season around in Texas. 3 drivers into the garage area after our first yellow flag here at the Texas Motor Speedway in the Amazon 300. They are Riley Spurley, who has had a terrible stretch of races so far, especially Kukulon and Jeff Bright. So Bright, after winning last race, will fall in the points again. Kukulon will stay down at the bottom of the points, and Riley Spurley too dangerously close to being out of a wildcard spot now in the 47. So Freddie Soto, 37th, is the last car on the lead lap. Justin Zidell, Andrew Bean, Anthony Hernandez, Mathis Wells, our second in points runner, and Landon Lyons are the front 5. Jonathan Rains, our points leader, currently sits in the 8th position at the green flag. Look at Wells, not wasting any time. He's going for 3rd. Mathis Wells saw Jonathan Rains get there and lead the lap for 5 bonus points. He wants to cancel out and get up here and get by the 05 and the 99 both. As they come out turn 2, get up to full speed, down the back stretch. There goes Bean for the lead. Andrew Bean for the lead in 3 and 4. Mathis Wells trying to get down behind that 05. He'll do it right in front of the 10 of Landon Lyons. Off turn number 4, Andrew Bean leads in the 05. Back to the line. He'll lead the 3rd waymark of the Amazon 300. 20 laps to go in Texas. Can Mathis Wells hold off Lyons and Burrell? I just don't think he's going to be able to. It's been hard to keep the lead so far today. There goes Lyons to the inside. It's a drag race down the backstretch to get back around through 3 and 4 first. Into turn 3. Landon Lyons, the nose ahead on the 10 car. He'll take it away through 3 and 4. But here comes Marshall Burrell on the A9 to the inside. They'll go side by side off turn 4 to the quad oval. Landon Lyons leads the lap. Here comes Jonathan Rains back in the 02. So Rains now kind of taunting Mathis Wells there. Just got by him. And Wells running inside the top 5 when it happened. Rains going, you have to be better than that. And they're looking 4 wide off the corner. Wells clears it. Back down to 2 wide. Fourthly goes Jonathan Rains. Zidell restart first coming back. But Rains is to the inside for the top spot. He'll take it back away, so Jonathan Rains back out in front here in Texas. Can he go for another win in the season? He's got to hold off a lot of hungry drivers, though, for sure. Here comes Landon Lyons with a nice run to turn 1. Can he get the race lead away? The 0-2 way up the racetrack. Maybe 3rd groove there for Jonathan Rains. Landon Lyons moves to the top spot, but Rains with a nice run off the top side. Pulls back even with the 10. And Pulls a little bit ahead, but I don't think he's going to be able to clear him. The 10 fights to the inside hard through 3 and 4. Corner where he can hold it wide open because of the banking. And Landon Lyons to the front again in Texas. Zidell coming back in the 99. And here comes on the inside Bronson making the 12, who was sideways before that first yellow came out because he was in the middle of a 4 wide. That goes in the grass. He's still going up here. And look at the split to the middle. Zidell did not get going through the middle of the racetrack. And Landon Lyons clears the 99, but can he clear the 12? Minnick's fighting hard to get beneath that 10. Lyons gonna try and shut the door down low. Can he? Yes, he can. Lyons holds the lead. Minnick second. 3 wide for third goes Alex Reynolds in the 23. 16 to go in Texas. Alex Reynolds to third. Casey Nanico and Jack Marshall, fourth and fifth. Minnick for the lead off turn 2. Nice run going onto the bottom of the 10. Does he have any helpers? That's a big question. They're door to door, down the back for the top spot. Alex Reynolds gonna give up to the 12 through 3 and 4, and he'll move to second himself because of that move. Bronson Minnick leads at halfway. 15 to go in the Amazon 300. Alex Reynolds now for the top spot in turn 1. He's looking. Jack Marshall and Carson Bowers are on the inside. Mathis Wells still looking for that lap lead. Moving up. Anthony Nez, Luke Rainey, Jay Randall, and Andrew Bean are also on the inside lane. Tyler Fink, Jonathan Buford, Trey Rainey, and others are trying to get caught up as they've kind of lost the draft at this moment in the race. And they're trying everything they can. They're closing in. It's going to take a little bit more of a cycle at the front, though. Oh, Zidell slams the wall of turn 4. He'll drop back. Alex Reynolds leads, 14 to go. Jack Marshall for the lead. That's allowed Fink to catch up to Burl, Canaramo, and Zidell. The 9 and hard right side damage as Fink carries on at the racetrack. Jonathan Buford for the 15 looks 3 wide. Zidell's going to try and clear that off. So now we'll see if Burl and Canaramo can catch back up to the draft. It looks like they are in it right now and have some speed going. How about this 3 wide at the front? Mathis Wells forced middle of the racetrack. Jack Marshall leads in the 60 car. They are squeezing 3 wide for 4th. Marshall leads in the Amazon 300. Carson Bowers looking for the lead now through turn 1. He'll slide up a little bit in the dirty air there and stay behind the 60 for now. Hernandez and Luke Rainey. Here comes the 22 outline, 3 wide for 3rd. Jay Randall with the 52 with them. Can Rainey complete that pass on the inside 3 and 4? It's the preferred lane, but can he make it stick? Rainey maybe door banging with the 31 for Hernandez. Close racing there. 12 to go in Texas. Close quarters racing here at the Texas Motor Speedway. The front 2 have gapped themselves. It's Marshall and Carson Bowers, who both go at the racetrack through 1 and 2. Luke Rainey and 3rd have a run in the draft down the backstretch, and lap traffic is ahead. If we don't get yellow flag, we will catch that lapper. It is Freddie Soto in the 17, along with Oliver Evans in the 6-2. They will be caught before the end of this race if it stays green to the end. Speaking of staying green, they look forward wide off the corner. Carol gets a tap by Marshall Burrow through the grass. They're going to control it for now. Then out the 34 game positions. Pass through the grass for Jack Canaramo. Up inside the top 6. He was 8th at the start-finish line. Bowers closing on the back of Marshall with Luke Rainey right in his tail. Rainey for 2nd. 10 to go this time by. And we have nearly avoided another big pileup. Great control by Burl and Cameron, both keeping the race car straight. 10 to go in Texas. 15 miles remain. Jack Marshall's gone out front. Has not been touched. But here comes points there. Jonathan Raines to make it a fight for the lead. And Luke Rainey trying to clear that 0-2. But Raines side drafts him. Through 3 and 4. Jonathan Raines to 2nd. Jack Marshall still leads in the 60 though. Jay Randall, here comes Jack Canaramo inside the top 5. With sideways in the grass, 2 laps to go. Battling inside the top 5 now with 9 to go. Talking about timing and positioning here at the Texas Motor Speedway. Look at that, getting up the racetrack for the 60. Raines kind of followed him up there though. Couldn't really get the run. 2 lappers ahead, maybe even 3. As up ahead in front of those 2 is Edwin Mendez and the 40 has damage. They stay side by side for 2nd. Jack Marshall loving to see that. He's pulling away in the 60. 8 to go this time by. And Jack Marshall has dominated since he's gotten out front. Can Randall or anyone else do anything with him through 1? The 60 holding it nice and tough to the inside. Not too low, not too high. Look at Rainey, might clear his teammate Bronson Smith to then cut down to the inside of Jonathan Raines there. He had the run to do it, but didn't want to because 89 was down there, didn't want to clip him. So here they come onto Soto and Oliver Evans. Who do they hold up? It doesn't cause a crash. 7 to go for Jack Marshall. And do they hold up that 60 car, who has been dominant since he's gone out front? And the reason he's dominant is because every time he goes up the racetrack, everyone else does behind. Down the back. They're going to catch the 17 and the 62. This time behind the front stretch. Here they are. 17 is the 60's teammate. We'll see what he does. Off turn 4. Marshall looking high. Gonna have to cut back under, though. He'll get halted. Jay Randall, Jack Cameron with the run. The 34 for the lead. He's down. Burrow and Minnick with him. Jack Cameron to the front in the Amazon 300 Texas. Oliver Evans goes high with the 17 as well. Oh, look at them fanning out 3 and 4 wide. Cameron through to the lead. Marshall Burrow to second. Minnick to third. Jonathan Buford up to fourth in the 15. Where's he come from? Narrowly missed that big crash. He's now into contention. I don't like the looks of this. They'll come to 5 to go. 5 to go in Texas. Yellow flag would end the race. Scrambling back behind the race leaders. Trying to clear lap traffic. Wells now ahead. Jonathan Rains. Up front, Jack Cameron leads, but Bronson Minnick on his tail. Off turn 2. 62-17 are still up high. Jack Marshall's just been faded back because of that. Minnick looking low. Trying to get there. Almost spun the 34 out. 4 to go in Texas. Side by side, they're catching lap traffic again. Minnick slides up. Trying to take 34's line away. I believe he did as well. The 34 couldn't get off the corner that well. Minnick pulls ahead down the backstretch, just inches ahead. Coming to 3 to go in Texas. What will Edwin Mendez do to this late race battle for the lead? 4.5 miles. 3 to go. Landon Lyons trying to block Marshall Burrow off. Minnick up the racetrack. Landon Lyons looking for the exit speed. See Minnick driving hard to the corner. Lyons backed up his entry. Got a nice run down the backstretch. Burrow with a better run. Here they come into the 40 of Edwin Mendez. Where does he go? Where do the race leaders go? Right now, I think Minnick's best bet is just stay to the bottom, trying to get low right here through the quad oval. He's down. 2 to go in Texas. The pack bunched back together now. Bronson Minnick to the front. Marshall Burrow second. Mathis Wells second and points to third, but the front 2 get away. Look at Lyons with the run at the top side. Pulled that 87 back. Here goes Brett Sierra. Around they're going to go. Mendez has spun down the backstretch with Trey Rainey. The yellow flag is out. This is a race for the win. Back to the caution flag. Marshall Burrow, Bronson Minnick, 89 and 12. And the yellow flag goes to Marshall Burrow. Marshall Burrow will win the Amazon 300 Texas under the second yellow flag of the race by about half a car length over Bronson Minnick. It was Mendez and Trey Rainey. Mendez the lap car, Trey Rainey the lead lap car. And for the second race of the season, Trey Rainey involved in the final yellow flag, which ends the race under the yellow. Crazy. I'm sure drivers that maybe like the 87, the 10 did not want to see that. They were going to have a run on that last lap for Marshall Burrow. Well, maybe this could be some good juju for that 89 driver. Hasn't had a great season in all 3 series. But it's going to be a win in the Target Series at Texas. Checkered flag is up. Marshall Burrow wins the Amazon 300 under the caution flag in the Target Series. Bronson Minnick about half a car length from doing it in the 12. And so let's see what happened as the 40, Edwin Mendez, 32, Trey Rainey, involved in the final yellow of the race. Mendez definitely held up some of our race leaders, but right here you'll see through 1 and 2, he pulls way wide, trying to get off everyone's way, and does a great job of it. He pulls wide, lets out the gas, lets the race leaders by. Trey Rainey, the 32, is at the back of this field, trying to get as much of a run he can off the corner, doesn't want to let off the gas. The 40's coming back to him, trying to let him go by, and Rainey just misjudged it a little bit, gets up into the 40. They almost had it saved, but just too hard to hook together. 40 into the inside while Harding collects the 32, Trey Rainey with them. Those two spin up the racetrack. Everyone gets by. Zidell maybe with a little scrape there, but caution flag is out. Look at the second pack come into it. And Trey Rainey did a great job holding the brakes right there, stay up the racetrack, and not get hit by anyone. Somehow, everyone avoided getting any more torn up than what they were right there. Insane. driving by everyone else, along with Trey Rainey for just holding the brakes and keeping that car up on the banking. They almost had it saved. I thought they were going to save it down the backstretch. They couldn't. And one more lap, what would Brett Sierra done to affect the outcome of this race? We didn't find that out, fortunately. And how about Edwin Mendez saw that second pack coming in and swerved back up to the right to make sure he did not get hit. Great job by everyone all around there, even though it caused a yellow flag down the race. Great job by everyone not making it into a bigger incident than what it was. Marshall Burrow gets back to the caution in front. He wins at Texas. Let's go see the finishing results. Here are the finishing results from the Amazon 300 at the Texas Motor Speedway. 2 caution flags for 5 laps today, and 14 lead changes. 10 drivers saw the lead in the Amazon 300. Marshall Burrow is one of them who won the race. The 89 out in front at the right time as the yellow flag came out. He wins the race. Bronson Mank ends up in second, about half a car length for being able to win the race. Third for Matthew Swells, closes down the points lead just a slight bit. Fourth, Landon Lyons. Fifth for Jonathan Beeford. Jack Cameron was 6th. 7th, Casey Nackel. Alex Reynolds 8th. Jonathan Rain, so even though he lost some of his points, he maintained and only lost 22 points, so it could have been a lot worse for Rain, who ends up in 9th. And Andrew Bean rounds out the top 10, the 05. 11th goes to Carson Bowers. Nathan Green 12th. Tyler Fink in 13th. 14th, Jay Rando. Jack Marshall in 15th. Anthony Ness gets 16th, 17th, Danny Lloyd, 18th for Luke Rainey, Kashawn Richardson 19th, and Justin Zaydell rounds out the top 20 in car number 99. 21st place to Alex Fletcher, 22nd Jennifer Buford, 23rd for Keegan Thompson. Noggin Scott from the pole falls back to finish 24th, and Cole Luigi gets 25th. Adam McDowell 26th, 27th Evan Hunter, 28th Leon Capana, Eli Bryant 29th, 30th for John Smith. Trey Rainey 31st, 32nd Jake Galloway, 33rd Zachary DeLillo, 34th Brett Sierra, 1 lap down for Freddie Soto and Oliver Evans. Out of the race for these drivers, Edmund Mendez involved in the final yellow. Jeff Bright, Sebastian Kukla, and Riley Spurgeon all retired from the first caution of the race. So a lot of big point swings now because of this. Riley Spurgeon falls outside the top 10. Brett Sierra does as well, and Jeff Bright and Eli Bright both were in the wildcard spot coming into this race. They had bad days. They're going to drop down. So let's see the new point standings after a crazy race in Texas. 10 races through in the season. Here are how the points look. Out in front in points, it is still Jonathan Rains in the 02 on top by a now 54-point margin over Matthew Swells, who is still second. Landon Lyons is third, Anthony Nez is fourth, and Nathan Green holding strong inside the top 5. Jonathan Buford 6th, Noggin Scott in 7th. He's actually tied with Buford, so those two looking good right now. 8th place, Jack Cameron with 9th, Jack Marshall. Right on the top 10 is Danny Lloyd in car number 38. So far inside the top 10, only 2 of our race winners. Jonathan Rains and Landon Lyons there first and third in points. Luke Rainey is in 11th in points, 14 points back at the top 10. Riley Spurgeon is now down to 12th. He was just inside the top 5 in points last race, now down to 12th. 2 wins, but he's a good ways back of the top 10, about 23 points. Those 2 wins get him a wildcard spot as of now. Marshall Burrow, his win moves on to 13th in points. Jay Rando now 14th, and Bronson Mick 15th. Cole Luigi now down to 16th. 17th is now Brett Sierra. He was just top 10 points last race, so he's fallen. 18th, Alex Reynolds. 19th is now Eli Bright, so from a wildcard spot, not even in a wildcard spot. And Keegan Thompson runs up the top 20 in the 11 car. 2 wildcard spots, as mentioned, Riley Spurgeon and Marshall Burrow. Burrow, the win today, moves him up. 2 drivers looking to try and get there, Brett Sierra and Eli Bright. If they win another race, they get into a wildcard spot, or if they can pass the 89 in points. Another driver's down here looking for that. If John Smith, Casey Nackel without wins, Jeff Bright, he has a win at the Charlotte Roval, but has fallen outside the top 20 in points. Tyler Fink is down 28th in points. Edwin Mendez, 37th in points. And poor Sebastian Kukla, not been his season so far. 84 points by his nearest competitor, Justin Zaydell, who's 39th in points. Not been a great season for Kukla at all. And Zachary DeLillo, even though he's down here in points, he's completed every single lap this season. Definitely the lowest driver in points to do that for sure. 10 races in, race number 11, the third waypoint of the season, going to be a crazy one. We will go to the Texas World Super Speedway, so we're staying in the state of Texas. This is the Penzo 350. I will see you guys then.